That look good? All right. So before we really begin, for anybody that is watching, and this is gonna be on YouTube too, so hello, hi,
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. Uh, my name is Nomad, and this is Violet. Uh, and today we are here to talk about motorcycles and everything that has, I would say, to do with motorcycles in general, like
Mm-hmm.
safety, sports, anything that is pertaining to motorcycles. Uh, so with that just out there, how have you been since the last time?
I've been great, actually. Feeling okay. Still healing, but I'm fine. It's good.
I'm happy to hear that you're healing well. Um, has anything happened since the incident?
It happened again, yes. But this time even worse. But I'm healing, I'm fine.
You know, you
I
worry me
can
sometimes.
explain the whole situation.
Okay, save that because that is what.
It's not, I crashed again, it's not good, but
I know. I'm
I'm healing, I'm
sorry.
fine.
I was just I was not expecting to hear that there was another uh so close to the
No,
last
it's
one.
fine. It was my fault. It was my fault.
Okay. Um. So before we begin with any of the questions, please note that if I ask a question that you do not feel comfortable with answering, or you cannot discuss, uh, please just let me know. We'll skip over that question. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, what is something positive that you would say about motorcycles and motorcycle culture?
Okay, positive? Okay. For those who do ride motorcycles, it is fun, very helpful. Not that helpful because sometimes it's gonna be dangerous, yeah. But something positive. Hmm. Damn, I'm sorry, I'm sick.
Fine, it's fine. Take your time.
For those who do ride, it is okay to crash. It happens a lot. So if it's your first time riding, just think of positive things. Don't be like me, who my thoughts take over me and I end up crashing. Don't do that. Think of something positive that makes you happy and that makes you feel comfortable.
Mhm.
Because the crashes that I've been through are sometimes bad, sometimes good. But you just gotta think positive and not negative. Because if you think negative, you're probably gonna end up in a bad situation like me.
All right. Question two. What is something negative about motorcycles and motorcycle culture?
Okay, this one's very easy. I know everything. So negative, it could be if you get ran over by someone who can't drive, just try avoiding it because if you smash their mirrors and flip them off like me, you're gonna cause a big problem and probably cause a whole entire fight. So that is something negative that you need to control with whoever drives motorcycles.
How do you recommend people deal with motorcycles and motorcyclists on the road themselves?
Okay, if you are a beginner of like motorcyclists, just be careful out there. Don't just control your speed because if you don't, you might end up crashing. And for new people who do ride, who just started new, you gotta like be wearing helmet and stuff to protect you, because whenever you go down, you might get hurt, you might break a bone or something like that. So for riders, you might have to buy yourself some protection so you could feel very protected, because if you're not, just like I said, you probably will get in a better situation when you go down. That's what I would recommend doing for first riders.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. That's very helpful, and it just sounds like it'd be the correct thing to do. Just people around you safe and everything like that. Um, what has been your experience on the road?
So, for me, it has been a bit dangerous sometimes. I sometimes drive alone by myself, or sometimes I do group rides. With group rides, you might just go with tons of people, tons of motorcyclists. For me, sometimes it's safe, sometimes it's dangerous, especially bumpy roads and roads who have glass and shit like that, because you could probably might get yourself in danger.
Um, now this is a optional thing, uh, because you can choose which one to answer, because it's a essentially like a two-pronged question. What is the most dangerous thing you've experienced or witnessed involving motorcycles or motorcycle culture?
Okay, I can answer that one. um, so the most dangerous thing, it has to be when you're ever doing tricks, especially stoppies, wheelies, and other more tricks. You gotta be careful with the wheelies, because those are really hard to learn, especially for me, and those are really dangerous, because whenever you hit a bump, you might end up hurting yourself like me. But that's something that you should be careful about.
Hmm,
If you're also a new rider, you also should not be doing wheelies without training it.
that makes
Because
a lot.
whenever you crash while you're doing a wheelie, you might end up crashing other people into other riders.
Hmm,
Especially when you're in group rides, that might happen.
that makes a that makes a lot of sense, because while you're on a motorcycle, if you were to do a wheelie, you cannot properly see what's in front of you, right? You could
hmm
easily veer off the road. If there's a parked car, you could hit it. You could hit somebody else that's on a motorcycle, like you said.
Yeah, it is. It is hard, because whenever you're up, you cannot see mostly nothing. You cannot focus on the road. Like, you have to like look at the sides of your motorcycle to look.
Yeah. And wasn't there a YouTube video or something like that a long while ago? It was a person doing a wheelie on the highway, if I am correct, and the person went too far over and hit the separating wall, if I am correct, and flipped, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I'm not just imagining that. Okay.
It
Um,
happens.
so you and me talked about accidents like at the very beginning of this, and we've talked about accidents before. Um,
Mhm.
what accident, being your own or somebody else's that you know of or have seen or anything like that, has scared you the most?
My friend, and I one time was riding with him and other people when he got ran over by someone and ended up crashing. It was very scary. I After I saw he went down, I was like, "Oh shoot, I need to stop." So I parked on the road, on the side of the road, and I ran towards him, and I was like, "Please be okay." I checked up on him. He was okay. He just broke a bone, but after I finished talking to him, I went up to the drivers and threw hands for reasons because that is not good. If you are a driver, please be careful out there for motorcyclists because they will get mad at you and probably make a whole situation into a whole fighting. So that is for those people who drive cars. Just be careful out there for riders because what is the point of running over someone when you have your mirrors? Your mirrors are very helpful. You know that? Yeah. Your mirrors are there so you can look to your left and right. So that is what drivers need to use instead of not looking and running over people. Because that damaged me and made me feel very mad, where I got to the point of hitting the driver
Mm.
and making a whole fighting situation and yelling.
That is a very scary situation. That sounds horrifying just because you are with that person and you're witnessing, as well as it's someone there as hurt. Yeah, I understand why that is probably the scariest thing that you've seen or that's happened. Um, and I have one more question on my roster currently.
Hmm.
Um, how do you recommend people to start off getting into motorcycles and motorcycle culture, as in
Okay.
finding their own way to get into?
Okay. Like I said, you do need protection, but you for like new people, you should buy a motorcycle that is not fast. Like mine, I have a Yamaha R1, and I think I said it wrong. Those are fast, and my dad has a Honda. They go pretty fast, and for you who drive motorcycles, you guys should probably buy a motorcycle that is not really fast, that it's really easy to handle, and don't do tricks on the first day, please. You're gonna get yourself in danger. That's what I would recommend not doing on the first day of driving. And once you get the hang of motorcycles, you should probably just start using your motorcycle without gear, without protection. But you have to be 100% sure that you are safe and that you are good to handle the motorcycle without no protection.
Mhm. All right. Uh, all right. I'm going to open this up because this is technically a live interview, and I'm going to scroll up and see if any of our viewers have had any questions. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
the Hello, Pitrium Gaming. Thank you for coming through. Thank you, Bad Karma. And nobody has had any questions. All right. All right. Well, that works. Okay. Does anyone viewing have any questions for us currently? No, I do not see any. All right. Well, guys, I have to say thank you so much for coming, watching, and just listening to us for all this time. We are truly appreciative of it. Thank you, Violet, for coming and doing this interview with me. It has been very interesting for me to actually sit and learn more about motorcycle culture and just get to know more about this thing that we call uh, like people call it the life of a biker, motorcyclist, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I appreciate you and a little bit more, giving me insights on what I should do if I ever want to become a motorcyclist.
Mhm. No problem. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I should really be saying that to you, but I appreciate it. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for watching. I think that we are going to end this episode here. With that being said, peace out. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.